Hey guys, good morning. Happy Mother's Day if you are watching us on Sunday, May the 10th. And if you're not, then that's okay. So today we're going to be doing our full body flow. So focusing on a lot of stretches, a lot of nice slow movements that we're going to be doing that are not normally in our high intensity or our weights and muscle sessions. So if you've done heaps of exercise during the week, your body's sore, your body's aching, this is a really nice way for us to just do some exercise, nice and slow, and I guess just relax and take things down a little notch. So without further ado, are we ready? So what we're going to do, guys, to get started, we're going to come down. Now you can use a mat or a towel if you've got one. But what we're going to do, hands on the floor. I've got my socks off just so I have a better grip on the floor. Starting in this position, we're going to arch up through our back, like so. Deep breath in and exhale, breath out. So drawing our hips to the ground and then coming back up. So we're just going to stretch out that upper back. Stretch out our lower back to warm up. Nice and controlled movements. You want about 3 or 4 seconds one way and then 3 or 4 seconds the other way. That's it. Nice and controlled. Stretching up. That's it. Well done, guys. Keep it going. Keep going. Hope you've had a nice day so far. We're just taking things nice and slow today. We'll go for about 25-30 minutes. And then enjoy the rest of your day. So keep stretching through, guys, nice and slow. We want our knees directly under our hips, shoulders directly over our hands. Just rotating through these ones here. Great work, guys. We're going to come up into our downward dog. So we're going to turn or tuck those toes under. We're going to come up onto our toes here. And we're just going to stretch back through the hamstring. Here, we're going to alternate which knee comes forward. So we're going to get a little bit more in the calf. So I'm going to just bend my right knee slightly, keep my left nice and straight. I'm going to hold it for about 3 or 4 seconds. And then I'm just going to rotate which leg goes down and up. That's it, guys. You are doing well. So just nice, slow, gentle movements. You can start, obviously, with a small move, and then as you start getting a little bit more flexibility from the stretch, you can move just a little bit more every single time we do the rep. Great work, guys. That's it. Keep going. All right, we're going to go for 5 more seconds, and then we're going to bring our legs up. All right, stretching. All right, we're going to bring our feet in just a little bit. We're going to take our leg up, and we're going to aim our knee as close to the ceiling as possible. So we're going to try and stretch through our hips, leg back down. We're coming up, straighten the leg, and then twisting, aiming for the knee to the ceiling. Now, depending on how tight you are through the hip, if that's too much, just keep the leg up and hold that position. But if you want to open up a little bit more, try and twist, take that knee up. That's it, guys. You're going to hold it for about 5 seconds and then swap legs. So twisting that knee, up we go. And we're going to do 1 more each leg. I'm super tight through the hips, so I'm not coming up far at all, really. Well, it feels like I'm bending as hard as I can. It's not looking very good, but that's okay. Everyone's got their own flexibility, so get that knee up as high as you can. Coming back down, drop to the knees, shake up the arms a little bit. Ooh, stretch. All right, we're coming back up into our downward dog, And then we're going to rotate down into our plank. So hands back on the floor again. So we're in a plank position, and all we're going to do is coming up to downward dog. Try and get your butt up in the air as much as possible. If you need to walk your hands and your feet further forward, you can. And then back down to a plank. Our elbows and shoulders should be in line with our hands here. Coming back up, stretching into that downward dog. Great work, guys. And then back down again. Keep holding, chest up with this full body plank. If you need to drop to the knees, you can. If not, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, come up onto the toes. Back into our downward dog. We're going to keep rotating through these for a couple. And then we're going to add in a couple more moves. So keep holding there for me, guys. Great work. Back up. Well done. We're going to do one more down to the ground. And then we're going to come down onto the floor. Chest on the floor. All right, so coming down nice and slow, like you would a tricep push-up. So now we've got our chest on the ground here, guys. What we're going to do, we're going to bring our knees a little bit wider. And we're going to come down into a child's pose. So coming back on those hips, holding super tight if you are through the hips. You're really going to feel it here. Great work, guys. That's it. Keep holding. And we're going to come up, back into our downward dog. So tuck the toes. Downward dog here. Great work. We're going into our push-up position. Slowly down, controlling like a push-up. Put the feet together, knees apart. And back to our child's pose here. Great work, guys. Really stretch out those shoulders. If you need to bring your hips up a little higher and drop the chest to the ground, then you can do that rather than sitting back on the feet so much. That's it. Remember, we're going to tuck the toes under, back to our downward dog. Stretch out those hamstrings. Stretch out our calves. Back to our plank position. Straight arm. Great work. Down nice and slow. Chest onto the floor. That's it. Knees out wide. And coming back down into our child's pose. I'm going to have my hips up just a little bit more to try and sink my chest down into the ground. Just that little bit more. Keep holding that position, guys. You're doing really well. That's it. We're going back up. We're going to do this one more time. So tuck the toes. Downward dog. Stretch out those hamstrings. This is our last one of these, so try and get a really good stretch through those hamstrings. Back down to our plank. Chest up, body nice and tight. Wait. Slowly down with our push-up. One more child's pose, guys. And sitting back. That's it. Hips up, chest down to the ground. Great work, guys. We're going to keep holding that position for a second. You're doing really well. Great work. Keep holding. And that is it. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to bring one foot up here. We're going to come up nice and slow through our back. And I'm just realizing I'm too close to the screen. Great work. We're going to hold this position and we're just going to come down into a squat. So I want your feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to come down and hold about a 3/4 squat. So coming down, holding this position here. You can have your hands up if your chest isn't too tight here. That's it. We're going to hold this. We won't go too deep for our first one because it is our first squat that we're doing. Great work, guys. We're going to come down to a forward fold. So you can have your arms tucked close to your body. If you want to hang them down, you can, depending on how flexible you are. But if not, you can just bend the arms here. Great work, guys. We're going to come back down into our squat here, holding this position. We're going to come up, standing upright, and we're going to lean gently back. So this is our first lean back. We're not going to go too far for our first one. We're going to come back down into our forward fold, stretching those hamstrings, trying to touch the floor if we're super flexible. We want to try and keep our legs as straight as possible. You can have a slight bend through them, but try not to bend them too much. So stretch them out here. We're going to come back down into our squat, holding this position. So you might be able to get just that little bit deeper now. Holding, holding, holding. Great work, holding it there. And we're going to come back up and we're going to lean back again. Remember, we don't want to lean back too far. You get a really great stretch through those abs. You'll feel it a little bit through the lower back. But if you're feeling a pinch, just don't go back so far, just a small movement. All right, we're coming back down, guys. We're going to go one more time through here. Stretch those hamstrings. Forward fold to the ground. Holding it. Nice big stretch through those hamstrings. You can rock gently forward onto your toes to get a little bit more of a stretch. Holding it there. We're coming back down into our squat position. That's it, guys. Keep holding. You're doing really well. We're almost done on this one here. Keep working. And final one, standing upright and leaning back. You might be able to come back just that little bit more now. Whew. It's quite challenging. And challenging to talk at the same time. Leaning back, guys. Great work, guys. We're going to come down. Hold this forward fold for me. And all I want you to do is just stretching from the right side to the left. Okay, so we're going to go little semicircles. We're going to try and touch that right knee to the left, to your right elbow to left knee. We're just going to do nice, small, gentle movements here. You'll find it a little bit on each hamstring, depending on which side you're rocking over to. But keep doing that pause, guys. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Great work, that's it. All right, we're going to stand up now. We're going to do a little bit of a leg exercise, a stretch and a leg exercise. So what we're going to do, we're going to take one foot back, like so. And all we're going to do, we're just going to come gently down, not too far down, about half to a third down. We're going to have our arms in this position here, so kind of like a cactus, 90-degree angles. Whoa. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart, so you don't want to be walking a tightrope, so your arms are here. You're going to stretch back through the chest, so we're going to get a nice stretch through the chest here. What we're going to do, we're going to come down even lower, and as we come down, arms come in together, and then we come back up, stretch the chest. We want to come up to about, as I said, that 3/4, 2/3 of a squat, a lunge, sorry. Stretching, we're coming back down, elbows come in, and then back out, guys. You're doing really well. Burning just that little bit. We're coming back down here nice and slow. We're only going to do a couple more of these. That's it. Coming back up. Stretching that chest. You're doing well. Nice and slow. Coming in. Great work. Coming up. Stretch the chest. Let's get one more out, guys. And we're going to do the other side. Coming in. Stretch. And then out. Arms out to 90-degree. Let's bring our other leg in and other leg stepping it out. Remember, we want that 90-degree angle as we come down. So same thing, arms up, dropping down, stretching the chest. Whoa, stretch the chest. And let's go, coming down, arms come in, coming up, stretching the chest. Keeping that 90-degree angle as you come up. We're going down, nice and slow. And coming up to a 3/4 lunge. Stretching as much as we can through our chest here. Get your arms back as far as you can. Coming back down, elbows tucked in. And coming up. That's it. You're doing well, guys. Keep it going. Coming down. Nice and slow. Coming up. Great work. That's it. Keep going. We're going to do 2 more of this side. Coming down. Nice and controlled. Coming up. Great work, guys. We're going back to our other leg now. Now what we're going to be doing, take that leg back like we did before. We're going to have our arms come forward, like so. You can either keep them close to your chest or you can extend them out. And we're coming up to a straight leg. Okay, so sort of like a single leg deadlift. You want to drive that front foot into the floor. We're coming back into that lunge. 3/4. Weight comes forward. Coming up nice and controlled. And stretching. We want to be kind of parallel to the floor here. And then coming back down. Holding that lunge. Great work, guys. Coming forward. And stretching. This front leg should be just slightly bent. You can lock it if you can, but you shouldn't have it too bent. Coming back. We're going to do 2 more of these before we swap sides. Coming forward. Stretch those arms if you can. Back leg as straight as possible. And down. Nice and slow here, guys. Just controlled. Come forward. That front quad should be burning just that little bit. And let's swap sides, guys. So feet together. Let's step our foot back into that lunge. Arms are together. We come forward onto that front leg. Extend the arms. And back foot comes up. Great work, guys. Bring the foot back into our 3/4 lunge. Holding it. Weight comes forward onto that front leg. We stretch out. Great work. Hold that position. And back down. Holding. Great work, guys. We've got 3 more here. Come forward. Leg up. Straighten the arms. You're doing really well. Hang in there. Those legs are burning. This is our last leg sort of exercise. Nice and slow. Coming forward. Leg up. Straighten the arms. That's it. Back down. We've got 1 more. My front leg is burning, guys. Hang in there. We've got 1 more to go. Coming forward. Stretching. Coming up. Holding that position. And back down. We're going to go back down into that forward fold, guys. Straighten the arms if you need, or bend them, whatever you'd like to do. Slight bend through the knee. We're going to go right side again. Across over to the left side. Stretching those hamstrings out. You should feel it through the quads still just a little bit from doing those lunges that we just did. You're doing well, guys. Hang in there. So it's still a low impact exercise or workout that we're doing today. But nonetheless, it's still quite challenging. So go nice and controlled, nice and smooth movements. Oh, all right, let me just see what we've got next. All right, so sort of in our lunge position, but no lunges. So feet are together. We're going to take 1 leg out. We're going to bring our hands slowly down to the floor. And we're going to open up our chest. Okay, so if your left foot's on the floor, your right hand should be on the floor and your left hand is coming upright to the roof. Hands are back down to the ground. We're going to swap our legs now. So take both feet out. We should be in a plank position. Other leg comes up to the other hand and we're coming up. Stretching. Really great exercise through the hip flexors, guys, and through the upper body and chest. I'm going to hold it for about 5 seconds at the top. Hands back down to the floor, leg kicks back out, hold that plank, and the other leg comes up. So if you need to do it in a couple of stages, you can, depending on your flexibility. That's totally fine. We want to try and get our hands as much distance between both our hands as possible. So try and reach for the ceiling as much as you can. Both hands back to the ground. Leg steps out. Hold the plank. We're going to go again, guys. So step forward. Hold. And stretch out. Looking up toward the ceiling. Stretching that hand up to the roof as much as you can. Great work, guys. Keep holding it there. That's it. Hands to the ground again. We're going to do one more on each side. Leg up. Good work. Stretch up to the ceiling. Push those hands apart as far as possible. How high can you get your hand up? Body should be nice and tall. Great work, guys. One hand down onto the ground. Back into our plank. We've got one more on this final leg. Other leg comes up. Stretch up. Great work, guys. Keep holding that. Remember, we've got 5 seconds on this side. You are doing very well. Great work, guys. Keep holding. That's it. Both hands on the floor. Legs come together. Going to slowly come back up. All right, we have another hip flexor stretch on this one here. So what I want you to do, nice and still through your feet. You're going to grab one ankle, like so. The other hand is coming up to the ceiling. Now, everyone's going to have different ranges of flexibility with this one. All I want you to do is try and get your foot up as high to the ceiling as possible whilst keeping your balance. All right, so we're going to dig in as hard as we can with the foot that's on the ground. Try and lift our back foot up as close to the ceiling as possible. Everyone is going to be different. I know I am not looking very flexible right now, only because I'm not. All right, we're going to come down, hand comes down, and then popping that foot back on the floor. We're going to do the other side now. So grab that ankle first, get a nice good grip, hand comes up to the ceiling, and let's go. Taking that back foot up as high to the ceiling as possible. Now, you wouldn't believe it, but this is actually my tighter leg, so I can imagine I'm not looking very limber at the minute, but that's okay. I'm going as high as I can, so you too as well. So reach that hand up to the ceiling, and foot comes up to the ceiling. All right, we're going to go back down, guys. We're going to do one more on each side, so foot back on the floor. Grab that other ankle, hold it nice and tight, hand comes up, and let's go. You might be able to get just that little bit more now this time. If you can, that's great, and if you can't, that's fine. If you're also having a lot of trouble keeping your balance, just don't take the leg up. Just hold this. Rather than trying to hold the wall, just hold this position for stability, okay? Only like lean forward and lift the back foot up if you've got your balance. That's it, guys. Keep holding. Foot comes up. All right, that's it. We're going to do one more on this side. And let's go. Final leg here. Get your balance first. Hand comes up to the ceiling. And stretching up, guys. You're doing well. That's it. Keep holding. Foot comes up as high as you can. Doesn't matter how high. Just stretch out those hip flexors. Really great one for stability as well. Digging that front foot into the ground as hard as possible. That is it. Well done, guys. We're going to come down onto our knees. Now, I'm going to use my towel for this one because it is a little bit painful if you don't have anything underneath your knees. All we're going to do, hands behind our back, so sort of just where the top of our glutes and our lower back meet. Hands are here, and all we're going to do is lean back ever so slightly. Great work. Head looking up at the ceiling. We're only going to hold it for a few seconds, and then we're going to come back up. Right, so we're going to come back up, And all we're going to do is sit down onto our knees. Hold that position, nice and tall. Really try and stretch your stomach as much as possible. We're just going to hold this for a couple of seconds before we go back up again. All right, coming back up onto our heels. And hands behind our back. Stretching backwards. Now if you're feeling adventurous and you want to go a little further, you can aim for your heels and your hands. All right, so grab your heels, hold that position, chest up. You can do it obviously in 2 stages. Holding it there, nice and controlled, head up to the ceiling, coming back up and back down to our heels. Holding this here, nice and tall, remember, through our midsection, hands just on our chest. And even though we're tall through here, we don't want to arch, so we want to still tuck our hips under, stay as tall as possible, and keep that really good tightness through our lower back. We're going to come back up. We're going to do one more, guys. So if you want to start in this position, stretching out, head looking up at the ceiling, coming down to the heels. If you can, holding it there. Great work, guys. Keep going. We're almost done for the session. Keep holding. Stretch that chest. Back up we go. Oh, and back down onto the heels. Nice and tall. Hands on our thighs. We're almost finished. Hang in there. Hope you're feeling nice and limber a little bit. So we're going to finish on a core and a little back stretch, guys. So what you're going to do, sitting on your towel or just on the floor if you've not got a towel, we're going to hold the V-sit. So our hands are coming out by our side. Our feet are up off the floor. Now, if you can't do that, just have your feet on the floor like so and lean back as much as possible. But if you can, try and lift the feet up. And all we're going to be doing is straightening the legs and bending the legs. Now, if you do have your feet on the floor, you hold like so. You're just going to straighten one side, back down, straighten the other side, and back down. Okay, so I'm going to do mine off the floor. So straightening and bending. Now you're going to go really slow with this move, guys. You will be shaking, but go really controlled, because if you go too fast, you'll lose your balance. You won't activate your core. Remember, nice controlled breathing. We're going to hold this for 10 more seconds. Keep going, up and down. Lean back as far as you can. Remember, if you get any lower back pain, keep going. Heels on the floor. But 3, 2, 1. Well done, guys. I'm going to finish with a nice back stretch here. Just going to straighten out my towel. I tried to buy a gym mat, and they're all sold out, so it's my towel I've got to use instead. All right, all we're doing, hands on our knees, head on the floor. We're going to do a nice back stretch here. All we're doing is we're taking our knees in one way and then the other side. So sort of like a circle, as best of a circle as you can. Try and keep your knees apart here. You have your feet together just slightly, but your knees shouldn't be too close. And we're just doing nice, gentle, slow movements through our back. You should feel a really gentle stretch through that lower back as you take your knees in a circle. We're just going to go for 10 more seconds, and then we are finished for the workout, guys. Great work. Remember to keep rotating which side you move first. So go left side one way and then right side the next time you come around. That is it. Keep holding. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. All right, feet gentle on the floor. stretch them out, and up we come. Great work, guys. I hope you're feeling stretched and refreshed and a lot more looser than when you started the workout. That took us 30 minutes, guys, so it's really a combination yoga, Pilates, stretching, core work, a little bit of legs that we did today, a little added bonus in there for you all, even though I don't know why I did that because my legs are super sore from all the workouts that I've already done this week. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Happy Mother's Day to anybody that is watching this on Mother's Day. And if you're watching it replayed, then I hope you got a really good workout in, feeling a lot looser now. And yeah, I guess ready to start your new week of intense exercise coming up. But have a nice day, depending on what time you're sort of doing this session. And as always, if you enjoyed the session, please let us know. You can give us a like, give us a comment. And yeah, have a nice day, guys. Bye.